Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi, my name is Aisha Nurhana Tasbullah. In this video, I will present about my final assessment for the subject Network and Security Fundamental, which the topics being the subnetting calculation. Okay, from the question, we have been given the IP address 172.16.0.0 and subnet mask of 20. From this, we can find the number of possible address by using the equation 2 power of 32 minus n. We put the n is equal to 20 now. So 2 power of 32 minus 20 equal to 2 power of 13, which equal to 4096 of possible address. Okay, from the question, they have been given us 4 subnet, which we need to find the subnet mask, network address, broadcast network, and also the range of usable IP address. Okay, for subnet A, they give us 500 hosts. From this, we need to find the subnet mask. Okay, from the 500, we need to find the closest number to 500 from this 2 power of. Which now we can see the closest number to 500 is 512, which equal to 2 power of 9. Okay, here we can see 2 power of 9 equal to 2 power of 32 minus 9, which equal to 2 power of 23, which is our subnet mask. Okay, for network address, we start with the IP address 172.16.0.0. For network address, we need to keep the first 23 numbers the same, and the remaining list we need to change it to 0. But here there is no change. So the network address being 172.16.0.0. Okay, for broadcast network, unlike the network address, this one we keep the first 23 numbers the same, but change the remaining list to 1. So here we change the 9 last number to 1, being the 1 0. So this is the binary equation, binary address. So we convert back to decimal, it will be 172.16.1.255. Okay, for the usable IP address, for the first usable IP address, we need to take it from the network address, it being the 172.16.0.0. But we also need to plus 1 it. So the first usable IP address will be 172.16.0.1. Okay, for last usable IP address, we need to take it from the broadcast network, which it being the 172.16.1.255. But for last usable IP address, we need to minus 1. So now it will be 172.16.1.254. Okay, now for subnet B, it provided us with 200 hosts. Okay, like before, for subnet mask, we need to look which is the closest number to 200. Which here, we can see 256, which equal to 2 power of 8. Which then we calculate using this equation, 2 power of 32 minus 8, which equal to 2 power of 24, which the 24 is the subnet mask. Okay, here we will start. Our first address is 172.16.2.0/24. Why we use 172.16.2.0 is because for the subnet A, the range of address is 172.16.1.0 until 172.16.1.255. So now we need to start from that. Okay, from the network address. Okay, firstly, I actually forgot to explain this before, but here. Okay, this right here 172.16.2.0 is in decimal form. So to make it easier to calculate, we convert it into binary form. How to convert? It's basically we sum it up until we from the 2 power of until it's matched with the decimal address. For example, for 172, we need to sum 128 plus 32 plus 8 plus 4, which equal to 172. So the one that we not sum up, we write it as 0. So it will be 10101100. Okay. For 16, as you can see at the table, 16 equal we only use 1, so it will be 001. We only the only one that we use, we will put it as 1. So it will be 001 0000. It's also the same as a 2. So only one place that we use. So 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 and 0 yeah 0. This don't use. But here, say we the first 24 numbers we keep the same, but the last remaining one we need to change it to 0. But still, the last remaining bits is 0, so there's no need to change it at all. So the network address will be 172.16.2.0. Okay, next to the broadcast address. Just like network address, we need to convert it to from decimal to binary. For broadcast address, instead of changing the last remaining to 0, we change it to 1. So now, as we change it to 1, the broadcast address will be 172.16.2.255. Okay, to usable IP address, the first usable IP address, we took it from the network address, 172.16.2.0 and plus 1, which it will be 172.16.2.1. And last usable address, we will take from broadcast address 172.16.2.255 and minus 1. So it will be 172.16.2.254. Okay, now for subnet C with 100 hosts. Okay, for subnet mask, like before, 100, the closest to 100 is 128, which equal to 2 power of 7. And then equation 2 power of 32 minus 7. So the subnet mask is 2 power of 25. The subnet mask is 25. Okay, fine. So the previous one, subnet B, use the range of IP address from 172.16.2.0 until 172.16.2.255. So now here we start with 172.16.3.0 slash 25. Okay, okay, next, network address. Like before, the same one, convert to from decimal to binary. It's just the same, only the difference is the 3. Okay, for the number 3, we just need, how we get it is, here is 2 plus 1. So, the binary form will be 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 1. Okay, but the network address, there's no change. It will still be the same, 172.16.3.0. Okay, for the broadcast address, we keep the remaining 25 at the 25 of it are the same, and the remaining 7, we change it to 1. So the new the broadcast address will be 172.16.3.127. Next, the usable IP address. The first usable IP address we took from the network address, 172.16.3.0. We plus 1, so it will be 172.16.3.1. And last usable IP address we took from broadcast address, which will be 172.16.3.127 minus 1, which it will be 172.16.3.126. Okay, lastly for subnet D, which it provides 50 hosts. The first one for subnet mask, we need to find the closest number to 50, which right here is 64 and equal to 2 power of 6, which then we use the equation 2 power of 32 minus 6. So the subnet mask will be 26. Okay, for subnet D, the first the initial address will be 172.16.3.128. This is because for subnet C, the range of IP address is 172.16.3.3.0 until 172.16.3.127. So now, here we need to start with 172.16.3.128. Okay, for network address, like before we to make it easier, we convert from decimal to binary. Okay, same like before, except the 128. To get 128, we only need 1, which is 2 power of 7. So the binary will be 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. Okay, for this one, we also don't need to change anything since the last 6 numbers are 0, so it will remain the same. Okay, for the broadcast address, we keep the first 26 the same, and the last remaining 6 we change it to 1. So the broadcast address will be 172.16.3.191. Okay, yeah, because as we can see on at the binary form, 128 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 will equal to 191. Okay, for usable IP address, first usable IP address like before, we took it from the network address 172.16.3.128 and plus 1, which it will be 172.16.3.129. And the last usable address, we took it from the broadcast address 172.16.3.191 and minus 1, which then it will be 172.16.3.190. And that is all from me. Thank you for watching.